9. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
We are the place where the toughest drivers will come to race from far and wide. But just who are we? We are the Pit Stall Racing Series.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I searched high and low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
Redline Motorsports Media can help you fulfill all of your motorsports industry photography and videography needs. Contact Redline Motorsports Media, where everything we do is driven by you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you thought one big plate race was big, imagine trying to run it down on a mile and a half. That's what you're pretty much going to get here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Race number 2 of Pedal Metal Racing League coming to you live at Las Vegas Motor Speedway in Las Vegas, Nevada. Here on the show, here for Pedal Metal Racing League, presented in part by their friends at the ButtKicker Company. The Pit Stall Racing Series. Sim Panel. Threat Level Midnight Media. FEGCustomPC.com. Celeratus Legal PLC. Gainz Fitness Incorporated. Redline Motorsports Media. Lightning Wrapz. And Shriver Twisty Creations, as they are a big part of this race as much as the others here in Season 11. Big thank you to them and all our friends and family for joining on in. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader Christian Tri, joining you guys here today. This is the Pit Stall Race Series 80 here in Las Vegas, or the Pit Stall 80 as we may refer to it sometimes. It is 25 heavy hitters going at it. A couple couldn't make it here unfortunately, and some just here to race it with the best and the brightest. So we'll see what happens as we lay them onto the track. Your starting lineup is in your order here on the pole. And the number 51, it'll be Jeffrey Vickery. The outside, the 94 is Justin Reynolds. Row number 2 and the number 3, Jeffrey Radke. The outside, and the 12 is Shane Ledoux. Row number 3, the Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn. The 21, the outside, and the 08, that is Thomas Ridgway. 03, excuse me. Row number 4 in the number 39, that's William Ridgway. The outside, and the 33, it is Corey Stahl. Row number 5, Chris Littrell, and the 00, the outside, and the 84. Is Matthew Hoffer. Row number 6 is the 20 of Jeff Folks, and the outside, the number 14, that's Austin Louder. Row number 7 is going to be piloted down there by Bob Anderson, the 18, the outside, the number 10, it is Jason Henry. Row number 8 in the 98, Sean Long, the outside, the 15, Jordan Darnell. Row number 9, the throttle, Chantal Bottle, the 5, the outside, and the 7, it is Sean Burke. Row number 10 in the 76, Mike Wright on the outside, and the 61, Chris Schussler. Row number 11, it will be Dustin Sloanaker in the 66, the outside, and the 28, Robert Hissong. Final starters, row number 12, Robert Warrens, 95, the 90, Dennis Warrens, and rounding it out, it will be Michael Prince in the 45. Talk about stacked, loaded, and ready to go. Safe to say this could get interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Rolling back off from turn number 4 here, down to the stretch here. It's time to go racing here in Vegas. Roll the dice and send it your way. Green flag is out. Let's drop it to the line in Vegas. Robert Warren's missing his call to get to the track. He'll get it out on the track now, immediately trying to hurry him up and fire him on down. Every driver for themselves here out of the gate as they work their way down onto the back straightaway. Stage break at lap number 30 here, so the field going to have to work with each other just for a little bit and see how long they can go before this gets really interesting. The way things kind of play out sometimes it can really force the driver in some bad spots or can force them into some narrow gaps here. All depending on how you want to lay into the speed, lay into the drive, that is what will make or break your day up a bit. Each driver right now just kind of taking their tempo, taking their pace, seeing where they can go, where they can get out to. But old Radke taking the early lead here, 2 spots up. Only a 2 tire set regard here on this race. So the driver is going to be a little bit more patient, I would assume. A little bit more on the less edgy side, more on the control side of things. You don't want to burn up the equipment too quick here. You want to try to keep yourself nice and stable, kind of let this thing fill up on the track here. Michael Bollinger as well, I mentioned earlier, not able to make the call, but wanted to at least let the fans know he'll be back eventually here. Not feeling well, unfortunately, so tough break there for him, but we'll be glad to have him back when he decides to get all feeling better. So take it from me there, Bollinger. I just got over having COVID, honestly, so be careful and be safe out there. Running it back down onto that back straightaway here. Sean Burke here still staying with his speed, staying with his ground and target here. Staying a little bit further back than we were expecting here out of the gate, considering what he did last time out at Talladega, coming away with a race win. Thought maybe he would try to go for a little bit of a break and a half here early, but it seems to be a little bit more focused on the tempoing and the pace here. Might not be a bad idea. Don't try to get yourself into any messes early. Just stay focused on the drive and still stay focused on the line. Holding it back down through turn number 3 into turn number 4 here. Shane LeDuc coming up close on the outside, packing and stacking and racking them in. The double O, Chris Luttrell right now, keeping his tempo up. Every driver for himself still. That's louder even. After last week, had a great little showing there. Now trying to show another good little showing off of his tail end of the field. Moved it up into the 12th spot. It's been staying there for a minute as Sean Long tries to get right up there on him. And the way these cars are driving right now, too, I believe they're driving more of a 550 horsepower package rather than a 750. You may be wondering at home, well, why are they doing that with this kind of track? Well, you got to think for a second. These Gen 6s were a bit of a mix-up. You could have either 550 or 750 and a different rear spoiler and all that in each of these cars. Each car had a different sway and different ceiling to it. But here's what I was told when I was going into the race today, is that it sounds like in this draft here, that car becomes extremely loose. At least looser than it already is to handle. So what that means is getting in the draft early may not be necessarily the greatest idea, but it is what you have to do to stay close, to stay in position. So making passing opportunities and making good runs out here is going to be a lot more difficult than they may realize. But of course the league always looking for new tricks and new stuff to throw at these drivers, and they certainly are getting their ideas there on that front. William Ridgway, the number 39 here, trying to hammer off and try to keep it up there with the other boys up ahead. Justin Reynolds also trying to do much of the same. Good to see him back out on the track here after a little hiatus. We saw him return last Sunday night after returning from the Joe Sixpack Racing League. Now coming out here onto the Pedal Metal Racing League side of things. Just trying to see what he can put to the table and put on these boys. And Jeffrey Rackey, still your race leader, a former champion in his own right. Came up short last season, but got himself into the top 5 at least. This season he said, I wanted to go one more step up. I wanted to get a win in again. If he was going to do it, it's certainly a track to get it done at. Take the advantage while you can and go 3 wide saluting where you got to. Jeff Oakes on the number 20, the defending season champion, trying to get used to the car and get used to a whole new feel. He won it last season in the trucks division. Now they're switching it out to the Gen 6 Cups division. These NASCAR Cup Series machines, absolutely a handful and a half just to keep on line, let alone try to drive off from. Especially if you got drivers getting right up into the wall protection a little bit. William Ridgway, hang on down there. Trouble coming off turn number 1 and there and now the front straightaway. Turn 4, we got a problem. Mike Rideout slapped there into the machine as well there. Everyone giving to brace for evasive action. Immediately we'll have to go to the P-Team Race TV Instant Replay and see what exactly transpired down there. Presented by the ButtKicker Company. Here is your P-Team Race TV Instant Replay. Well, this one might be a little bit more difficult to handle in this case as well. Looks like coming right off turn number 4. Oakes smacks the wall. Then Ridgway, yeah, came right up on him. Hard to really say from that angle. It looked like Ridgeway, though, did kind of come up there probably when he shouldn't have. Clapped it in the back of the 20, and then you see just a little slip up, and then the 33 catching it right off guard. Yeah, we're still having a little bit of troubles figuring it out. We'll go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Battle of Metal Racing League Season 11 has been brought to you in part by our friends at the ButtKicker Company. Best in performance for feeling real tracks in the virtual world. The ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By the Pit Stall Racing Series. With exciting action Mondays and Thursday nights, this is the best place to get your thrills at. By SimPanel. Making it real. By Threat Level Midnight Media. Media that's dynamite is Threat Level Midnight. By Gainz Fitness Incorporated. By FEGCustomPC.com, the only place to get the best PC specs and design done up your way. Visit us up at FEGCustomPC.com to learn more. By Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz is looking to bring you the best designs in your library. By Redline Motorsports Media, everything we do is driven by you. And by Shriver Twisted Creations, Twisted Mind, Sweet Design.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here after the little hit there. Unfortunately, here on lap 10. Trouble there for every driver out there. Nothing they can really do about that, or really what they can bring to the table. And these races like this is going to be hard to control. That kind of madness, that kind of issues here. They're going to pace their way around on the track here. As it looks like coming from pit road, William Ridgeway and Thomas Ridgeway going to be stacked up with the field here. Dustin Sloanaker moving up there as well here. So good to see old Sparky giving himself a little bit of a fighting ground here, a little spirit out there. Pit stops on lap number 12, and I'm just kind of surprised here. Some drivers taking tires, some taking just fuel. A lot of them taking just fuel, but the tire sets, honestly, I'm kind of wondering why they would go for that route. Driver's going to roll him back into position here. Going to try and see what they can do. Looks like we'll get one late entry out there. Bobby Anderson getting back out on the track, but he will be at least able to come out and fight here. The officials getting everybody right. Need to set them back up into flat speed. It's hard to control these guys sometimes because, again, these are drivers and they will mentally think like some, and they will not hesitate to go a little crazy and get a little wild. Let's see how wild they can get here as we bring it back to the green flag race start zone to the pit stall racing 80 we go. William Ridgway immediately getting a good little lift off there. Thomas right behind him there, but you can see the 0-3 having a little bit of a rundown from the 3 camp of Jeffrey Radke. Old Radke having a little bit of fun down there, going head to head there in that pack and into that fight. Maneuvering their way in between right now. The 3 of Jeffrey Radke coming up close to the 0-3 Thomas Ridgway. Almost giving him a little tap and a half there, but stayed out of him. Dustin Sonaker though, a little trouble. Caution coming out again. Caution's out. Looks like that's because there's one that is currently crashed out down there. And that seems to be Dennis Warnes. Got smacked. Looks like a problem down there on the front straightaway there for the number 90 camp. Not sure what exactly transpired there. We'll go to the Pizza Race TV Instant Replay and see what exactly went down. Rolling it back up. A little bit of a wild little position there. Looked like the number 7 Sean Burke came up just a slight bit there on the number 90. Let's see again here. Let's see if Warnes holds his line down. Yeah, you can see the 7. Oh, he came right up into him there. Yep, there it is. Well, that one's pretty obvious there for the officials. They'll give you that one. The 7 of Sean Burke going to be getting the EOL for that in this case here. Tough little break there for him, but nothing he can really do about it. Crashed down on lap number 18. Unfortunately, a tough break there for him and the team. Gonna have to live with that regret and that mistake, though. We'll see how he handles it and gets back to it when we come back live on the Pizza Racing TV.
We are the place where the toughest drivers will come to race from far and wide. But just who are we? We are the Pit Stall Racing Series.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here onto the call here right now. Currently, the pit stall 82 caution's been thrown out and some nasty little hits in between. Drivers definitely not happy about that and not wanting to see that. Obviously, they want to get to the harder racing part of it and want to keep going, but there's some things you just can't get out of sometimes. It's the chaos that ensues with these kind of races. Field going to set him back down on the side here of the track, ready to roll it out once more. We are 1/4 of the way done with this race, if you can believe it already, but we still have a stage break coming up, so just a few more laps left for that. Those that went into pit road may be kind of regretting it right now, or those that maybe looking to kind of make it or break it here, or looking for that to be their example and their shining point to take control of this. We shall see. Thomas Ridgway right now holds the keys to the track and holds the power on display. Ready to line them back up down to our green flag restart zone. The Pit Stall Racing Series 80 fires back down. Here we go once more. Thomas Ridgway there and Jeff Radke getting lailed out a bit. Radke trying to push his way in. Does get the 0-3 loose and sends it on its way. Thomas though, look at him fighting hard and fighting quick. Back at him. That's some strong maneuvering there by the 0-3 against the 3. As the rest of the field tries to hang in there with it. It looks like a little trouble there for that 12 of Shane Ledoux. He's off pace and big time off the space. Slowing down tremendously and getting sent back, way back into the field. I don't know what's going on with the number 12, but Ledoux has got a problem down there. Whatever that problem is, he might want to get it figured out sooner rather than later. Meanwhile, back up to the front, watch out for old Justin Reynolds, the 94, coming up quick and coming through the field. He's building a lot of more runoff down to that front straightaway and into the turns, but the side draft not quite keeping his car up the stub. He knows if he does not get a little bit more of a push off, he can't make a move on Thomas here. Problem is the car is just aerodynamically dependent. Even if you go full throttle sailing into the turns, it just won't give an inch. 2 weeks from now, though, because we'll have next week off, there is one track, though, that will make these drivers get off that throttle, and that is, of course, Iowa Speedway. We'll see what happens there as they'll go 100 laps to the distance and with a stage break at lap 40 there. But for now, lap 30 is where they're looking for here. 3 wide salute between off 2. Robert Kahn, Dustin Sonaker, and it looks like Jeffrey Vickery having a little fun down there. Trying to strengthen the numbers and try to settle it in, back in from corner end to corner B. Whoa, hold on down there, a little trouble there, it looks like, for that 98, Sean Long once more. Almost got himself completely spun around, and there is a big problem up there. That's Jordan Darnell, the 15, into the wall off turn 1 and 2. He gets it out of there and keeps it green. Yeah, these guys are not giving an inch early here. They just want to run this thing into the ground and hope for the best. That's for certain. No need to try to lay off too quick, but no need to really get into it too hard. Got to focus on these corners and focus on these entries because, again, this car will not give you an inch. It's not going to give you any breaks. You got to be very keen and strategic on how you run it. So Aker going up to the high side there a little bit there. I wonder if he was trying to get Vickery to work with him a little bit, see what he can do. Definitely a nice little plan of attack, but I don't know how well that exactly will work out for him. But whatever his thought process is, he must be thinking it's working quite well. But he's going to get trapped in the meat of the sandwich, 3 wide off to the front straightaway. Oh, baby now, Chris Schuessler going for a ride. Hang on, buddy. Schuessler gets whacked there by Sonaker. Both drivers able to keep him stable, stay green. Meanwhile, traveling up to the front right now, the rattlesnake Robert Kahn going 2 spots up, moving his way from Thomas Ridgway now, trying to get to Radke and Reynolds. These two going at it hard. Couple laps remain. Just 2 more before caution comes out for the stage break. Reynolds trying to make Radke work just a little bit more. Man, every driver right now probably just thinking and thinking more and more, how the heck can you get around on this track, let alone make passes? And I think it's all going to boil down to pit strategy as well as your timing and execution and how well did you hang on to the tires. For Reynolds and Radke right now, this is kind of a semblance of what they needed to see. They do it into pit road on lap 12. And they just pretty much kind of hard charged it from there. Caution out for the stage. Competition caution out there for the drivers. And now that'll really roll us back into place and back onto the spot here. So we will have about 50 laps now need to be dropped down and thrown onto the track. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, we're going to continue the madness, continue the excitement. It's been crazy so far, but we're only just getting started. We have a little bit more to go. Stay tuned with us on P10 Racing TV.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they start their sim racing journey. I search high and low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
Redline Motorsports Media can help you fulfill all of your motorsports industry photography and videography needs. Contact Redline Motorsports Media, where everything we do is driven by you.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back live, ladies and gentlemen, here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Here, Las Vegas Motor Speedway hosting the Pit Stall 80 today for Battle of the Motor Racing League. What could be best described as a bit of a hard road and a hard price to pay for some drivers. Others have been constantly trying to narrow down the gap and narrow down the speeds to be at their top level. Now, no more stage breaks and no more breaks in between. It's all full throttle and drive it from here. My ultimate question is which of these drivers is going to be able to kind of narrow down those gaps and narrow down that speed when they need to, considering how tough it is just to even keep these things online. Much less than a giraffe. So I think honestly the biggest key to factory and victory here, the key factor into victory is going to be those that can hang on to the run and those that perfect the pit stop. Drivers rolling them back down to the Pit Stall Racing Series restart zone. Green flag out for Pit Stall 80 to finish out. Here we go. Pumping it back around off of turn number 4 here. Justin Reynolds right now getting a good run off there from Austin Louder. Louder not able to keep his speed into play. He didn't quite make enough from the chip gambling sets down there, nor the casino bars. And it looks like now Vegas is starting to rob him dry. And speaking of being robbed, here comes the rattlesnake, Robber Con. That slithery snake just sneaks onto everything, I tell you. You can't stop the snake when he wants to get going, guys, and he wants to get going now. Making a huge drive off in between, every driver for themselves. Smack dab on the wall, look out down there, could be trouble. Oh, that's trouble, back there in the back. We got two, spun around, caution out, caution is out. Chantel Bottle getting whipped around there in the 5, and it looked like all of a sudden things just kind of went out of order for her. Couldn't quite figure out what went wrong there until it was too little too late. We'll take another look at it from the replay. Right up front there, looks like it might have been Thomas Ridgway, and then the 18 of Bobby Anderson came barely down. That was a little bit of neck code on the 5 though, from the 18. I don't know what the heck happened there. We've been seeing that a little bit so far today, but see if we can get a good look and see who was the one that got the initial contact. I think it might have been the 03. Yeah, that was Thomas Ridgway. We'll take another look at it. Well, from that angle, a little hard to tell. We'll try to get a little bit of a better camera angle here from the chopper side with the 18 there. A 3 wide here, coming down. Yeah, the 18 kind of came in between there. I think this one's going to go on Bobby Anderson alone, but it's a little hard to tell from that vantage point. Sorry for the jump cuts in between there. They're currently trying to get the replay figured out here. There we go. I think we got it. So all this happening on lap number 35 down there, unfortunately. Warrens, Literal, Pottle, all trying to get their damage cleaned up down there. Literal in there a little bit later than everyone else, looks like. Take one last look at it here, folks. This is what brought the caution out to begin with here. Just watch kind of this onboard camera here as you go on board with him. Watch as he kind of rolls it off from the turn. See, Anderson kind of came slightly down, then he tried to back it off, then he got into Warrens there, and then takes the 5 with him. That was what started that mess there. So Bobby Anderson, the 18, now realizing that he's going to have to work from a long distance here. That 25th spot in this kind of race, man, this is probably what you do not want to see. This is where you really have to be careful about timing your moves and making your shots and calling your ends there, because this kind of race, will just bring you to your knees if you're not careful. Back to the pit stall, restart zone. Green is back out. They bunch up so quick here, though, man. It's kind of crazy to me how fast they'll bunch right in. And then from there, just try to hope for the best and stay out of trouble. Halfway done, though. So it's still halfway to go. Plenty of time to make your way back from the field and back from the pack if you can find a way up there. Only one faster pair as well, which means these drivers better be real careful not to get too crazy with this here. Moving him on down here, Justin Reynolds. Big move coming up on the number 21 of Khan. The old proverbial rattlesnake right now, and feeling a little bit of pressure, feeling a little bit of a struggle here to try to hold on to it. Hofford right now down the low end there. Robert his song and Jeffrey Vickery also. Keeping it nice and tight, keeping it real clean out on the back half. Each driver right now wanting to do what they can to bring the speeds up to par. It's not a whole lot of ways around it, folks. You just got to make your moves and time your shots and hope for the best here. Try to overdrive some of the drivers here, you try to overdrive some of the track, and then all of a sudden it becomes more of a scratch out of a lottery ticket, hoping that you can end up just getting a bank on something, which most of the time you'll never get anything. That's pretty much what these guys are feeling right about now. Jeffrey Racky now, hard charging on the inside. He's trying to force Khan a little bit. Maybe Khan right now, maybe trying to save a little bit on the tire side, but going up the outside like that and pushing his luck here, not so easy. Thankfully has a little bit of help. These cars get such a big draft too coming off those turns, man. They're right into the straightaways. You can see the overall speed and endurance they get. They just run right through in and then they'll kind of clobber right back on down. But in terms of overall maneuvering, it's a lot harder than it looks because you're having to try to shoot gaps like you see right in the middle there on the top of your screen. That's Sean Burke down there dealing with some company from Sean Long as well as Jordan Darnell. Austin Louder right now trying to get a little bit on the loud side and put that pedaling down. A little trouble down there again though. Look out, shut up, auto problems down off turn one. Kevin Crawford going with a hashtag Team Rattlesnake in the chat here, and right about now the snake definitely holding his keep, but what the heck happened down there in turn number one is beyond us. Let's take a look at the replay here. Well, these guys were stacked up pretty good there in the pack. See if one of them gets into a little bit of trouble here. No, oh, wait right there. Yep, there you see it. Oh. 5 of Chantal Bottle just losing it. Couldn't quite catch it on the speed there. Avoids trouble. Anderson getting out of the way. Just try to save it, but it was too little too late. Well, self-spin, a self-issue there, unfortunately. Not a self-spin, but a loss of control is the best way I can put it. They gotta remember something too. These guys and gals are going from what used to be a really heavy truck to now this really, really heavy car. The trucks to these things are actually a lot lighter than these cup cars are. So trying to hold a line down like that and trying to stabilize it, a lot harder than it looks, especially when you're not used to that kind of feel. So the 5 will be receiving the EOL here as soon as she gets out onto the trackside here. And the rest of the field as well. The officials are calling for it here. They want to make sure that everyone is out of pit road. That was the one thing that they had to kind of reiterate before they got into this season, was there was a lot more cars. There was going to be a lot more stuff to watch out for and to deal with. They were not kidding. Many more cars and many new drivers coming out to the show. But safe to say, everybody still has a place inside these tracks and zones. So the throttle Chantel Paddle going to the back of the pack right now. The field going to get ready to roll him back down onto the speedway here. Jason Henry, late pit stop here from the number 10. The Pennzoil machine starting to go in extremely late here. Melissa Collins says, let's go, baby. Number 28. Melissa, thank you so much for tuning on in today. A lot of love down there for Robert Hissong, and he's not doing too shabby. 17 spots up from his original position. Not bad at all. Robert Warrens didn't even get it off the trailer there at the beginning of this race. He's back in this one. The 95 is fighting, and he's scratching and clawing. Michael Prince down there in that 45 machine. A whole lot of problems going on for him, as he's got a broken front nose and a hood wide open. Usually you think, well, if it's an open wheel car, that means it's even faster, right? Well, this ain't open wheel, it's a fender's car. So you have that kind of casing in there, that aerodynamic dependency is going to destroy your car. That thing could overheat and could cause him a lot of issues. He needs to be careful here. Come back to flank him around here, down off of turn number 4, back into the restart zone. And we'll send them on down their way again. Here we go. Green flag is back on out. Thomas Ridgway in the 0-3 right now, having a little go from Matthew Hoffert and the 14 Charleston Louder there. Meanwhile, Sean Burke, last week's feature winner, trying to make an early run for it here. Maybe make a little drive off to get to the top spot. 25 heavy hitters coming out here, and absolutely a wild, wild race train to boot with it. You knew it was going to be excitement, but you never knew if it was going to be chaos or if it was going to be crazy here. Deborah Shriver saying, let's go racing down there. Deborah, thank you for tuning on in today. The old Oak Jeff folks right now looking to try to come back from a horrible disaster in Talladega last week. Doesn't want a repeat of that. He wants to make it or break it in this kind of racing ordeal. Looking to show up here and showcase some speed and momentum. Running it through down from the front straightaway here on back. Some drivers backing off a little bit there, like Michael Prince trying to keep his engine cool. Dustin Sonaker staying out of the way of any messes in his Malibu 66. Mike right out in the 76 earlier on, trapped in between with a few of those wrecks and a few of those issues with Bobby Anderson. Certainly, unfortunately, a reason for it. Bobby Anderson, though, usually a really clean driver, really smooth and concrete. I think this car might have honestly been a little bit of a downside for him there, at least on this track. Gets a lot harder to kind of figure out how to race with the best of them when you got this kind of speed and talent and momentum all in the same place. Oh, contact there from Thomas Ridgway, about taking my whole camera out with him. He gives old Hoffert a little love tap for his troubles. Ridgway wanted to build up all that power. And he used it, but he also, in the process, caught Hofford off guard. Hammering off through turn number 4 on that front straightaway here. Dustin Reynolds just trying to keep his A game up to par and get him out there to Radke. Chris Huesler getting out of pit road now. He's going to try and see if he can set a strategy up for success here. Earlier on, got a little bit of a wrap attack there. Got trapped 3 wide, then he got nudged and bumped around a little. These cars certainly forcing these drivers to maybe think about it or do something about it. Knowing how difficult and how tough it is just to kind of hang in these kind of races. Low onboard shot here with Robert Warrens right now. As you can see, his trajectory, his line of target, and where he's trying to nail down his corners, gets it past the old Oak, Jeff Oakes. Last season came up short doing that in his final race. Wanted to try to get that win so bad in the championship, but it would not be his day. It would finally be Oakes' time to be victory lane and see the championship in his own world. 24 laps left to go right now. Everybody else just trying to stay out of the mess and stay out of any issues. I think since last week at Talladega, these drivers have learned and coped with each other and figured out what they need to do to be not only better drivers, but also better individuals on the track. The car is just simply not going to be like a truck, and it's going to be absolutely tormentful in terms of overall discipline and speed, making every little roundabout, every little spiral out of control become even that much more difficult. Radke, Reynolds, Stahl, Ridgway, William, that is, and Robert Hissong, your top 5 so far. Meanwhile, laying back low in the pack right now, the field's starting to get a little bit more crowded up there. Dennis Warrens, after getting pretty much kind of pummeled a few times there, trying to now to catch up there in between. 3 wide off the salute. Hold on, Schuster. Oh my. Yeah, he did not lay off on that one. He's lapped traffic, but he's using fresher tires to his advantage. Not sure I agree with the move there, but I don't think either Darnell or Dennis Warrens think the same thing. Bit of a risky move, but again, if you're Schuster right now, you're probably thinking, if I don't get going now, these guys are just going to keep asking me, and it's going to be troublesome. Speaking of Warrens, here comes Robert Warrens now, down to the bottom lane here of the 39 of William Ridgway. William Ridgway earlier on having to clear up some damage on the front of the nose after smacking the entire wall up off turn 4 with Jeff Oakes right in front of him. Oakes got his damage cleaned up on the rear end as well. But both drivers right now currently maybe in the top 10, but that's still leaving room for others to come. Pretty good little stint here for these drivers and a pretty good little tee off. My question is how long can they keep it going for, and where will they have a kind of a reach the limit point? Guys probably see Khan kind of laying back lower at the moment here, but you can see the way he's steering the car, and I think he may be hurting it a little bit more than he was expected to. Maybe trying to back it down a bit and trying to stay out of trouble. William Ridgway to a pit road. Robert Warrens right in between with him. Remember, got to pit properly. And you can see a puff of smoke. William does not want to end up with a speeding penalty. But that's the risk you lay and you run trying to make these moves. You either go for a lane of pit stop and just take fuel, or do you go in earlier, take the fuel and take the tires and run it from there? All depends on your presence and your personal choice of action. Coming back around, Schussler. Man, oh man, this cat is just wanting to make it through everybody. I don't know what kind of deal he made with the devil, but man, he just does not seem to care. He must feel like he really is in Sin City. He's going through this field and just completely driving right by him. But at the same time, at least from my camera angle side of things, he looks like he's just literally plowing through those turns and forcing the others to open up or get out of his way. One way or another, he was getting through. May have noticed something too. Not a lot of drivers going to the apron down there. They're actually staying above the white line. Maybe in regards to what happened to the throttle. Chantal Power earlier got the car a little lopsided there, and then all of a sudden they decided they wanted to wallop the car out.
White Bab saying, let's go, boys, in the chat here.
Pit stops now for the three of them. Radke, Reynolds, and Stahl. Robert Hissong staying out. And his song now, he goes to pit road. So Anderson, Darnell, Vickery, Long, and Ledoux now, your race leaders. About 14 laps left remaining as well. Gap's starting to become more and more difficult to kind of bypass. Now Anderson to pit road. Vickery, Long, and Darnell staying out. Their last pit stop was on lap number 46. They are not going to have enough fuel to get through that length and that stint. A lot of these drivers are not actually. Let's see what happens to Bobby Anderson as he goes way too far to pit road. He knew he made a mistake going in. Shane Ledoux going to try to capitalize on it. He gets into pit road pretty cleanly. Anderson looks like he just took fuel and ran out. Bracky now going to have to pull a little bit of the old Schussler tactic and get ahead of everybody as quick as possible and hope for a break here. Same goes for Oaks, Kahn, and everyone else in there. And this could be a bad sign for the leaders. Seeing how quick and how fast these drivers will launch themselves around you. Little three white salute in between there. Sean Long getting trapped there from Robert Warrens and Corey Stahl. Stahl trying to stay out of Robert Warrens' back there. Each driver right now doing their own thing, maneuvering and carving their own path. Vickery and Long right now having to make it a strong decision. Vic Long going to go to pit road. He'll blink first. Vickery and Littorell staying out for the time being. Reynolds and Stahl right now kind of kicking it up a notch here and trying to see what they can do. Stahl definitely looking like more than everything. He's going to try to draft the heck out of this car and try to build up any kind of speed he's got left underneath it. Might not be a bad idea, but it's a very tall order here considering that they're really the last big pack that could possibly have a chance to catch them. But Ridgeway, we forgot all about that 39. He went on lap 62. And he's currently holding on to third here. But his gap is starting to decrease more and more by tenths of a second. He's got about 9 laps left. William right now looking to capitalize on all of them. But Vickery and Littorell as well. Which one blinks first? Vickery trying to hold on. He's going to really be pushing his luck here. I don't think it's going to work. I really don't think it can work. These guys right now at this point, they all know they had a chance at possibly taking home some big wins and some big runs. But those that couldn't quite figure out the strategy or figure out the plan were outsmarted and outclassed. Rolling them down right now. We got 5 laps left to go. This next time on by, Jeffrey Vickery looking to steal this one away, but now he's having to shift into clutch mode. That means he's going to be losing a lot of ground and time here. This is not what they want to know. This is not what they want to see. They know it's going to be extremely difficult trying to play in that level and trying to play in that spot here. William Ridgway right now, again, not laying him off, but he's getting caught up there pretty quickly. Radke, Reynolds, and Stahl, they're catching him here. 5 laps now, turns to 4 to go. Does Vickery have enough? Does Littorell have enough for that matter too? Because Speedway right now, he's in trouble. He's losing gaps up badly here. All eyes are on the 51. Because behind him, there is a growing list of heavy hitters coming up and charging through. Signifying back on the speed there. Stahl looking like maybe he's looking to try to see if he can get some clean air and get some run to his name. 3 laps left. I think Vickery might have enough here, guys. He might just have enough. William Ridgway now caught there by Radke and Reynolds and Stahl. The driver with the highest I rating right now having a little bit of trouble there with his pit strategy and didn't quite make it to fruition. Tried his best though, but it looks like it may come up just a little bit too short. 2 laps left. Littorell going to pit road. He's going to have to call this one a day. Ridgway trying to hang on. Radke though shoots to the bottom. Big jump on underneath. Looking to run it down between. Going for a broke off for corner 2. And Ridgway able to defend him just barely though. Vickery, though, going to lead it down with 1 more lap to go. Presented by the Pit Stall Racing Series. Oh, wait a minute. Vickery, hang on. He might be in trouble. He might be in trouble. I just heard him have a little trouble with the fuel. Does he have enough left? He got it on the apron. He was kind of capsizing it. I think he's out of fuel. He is out of fuel. He's trying to hurry. This is going to be a tough one for him. 10 seconds ahead. Does he have enough time? Radke and them coming for him. He's going to have to try to muscle anything left through 3 into 4. Coming down the line. It's going to be close. 8 seconds back to the finish. Can he get there? Yes, he can. Rick Vickery's going to win it at Las Vegas. Oh, my. 5-second difference was the difference between Radke and Ridgway, catching him, and Reynolds and Stahl with him. Unbelievable. What a fuel run for the limits he took to this race. Oh my goodness. He's not going to have any burnouts in him because he don't have no fuel. But my word. Jeffrey Vickery, good sir. You found a way to hold on to that fuel limits just enough. How you did it, I have not a clue on this earth. There are some things you just can't figure out. I think this might be one of them. He's going to get a little pump there from Michael Prince. A little bit of love tap there for him. How about that, guys? What a race. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable there, guys. How the heck that 51 was even able to get to the end, let alone catch a break like that, is beyond me. He looked like he lost fuel completely on the front straightaway there. Then somehow manages to get it on the back straightaway, gets the gas going, clutches and clutches and clutches, and he's out of fuel down from the front stretch. Somehow, someway, the 51 just had enough. Unbelievable. I don't even know what to say to that. He's not going to be able to do any burnouts, so let's just get the results up. This is presented by Sim Panel here. What a performance by Jeffrey Vickery. A long, long road, but a fuel strategy that worked. He'll take victory here. Jeffrey Ratkin going to go second. William Ridgway taking home third. Justin Rose going to go fourth. Corey Stahl fifth. Robert Kahn takes home sixth. Seventh to Jeff Folks. Eighth to Robert Warrens. Ninth to Robert Hissong. Austin Ladder going to take home top 10. Whoo, boy, oh boy, oh boy. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we need to hear from our drivers. The top three join me here in the booth. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this quick commercial message.
Battle of Metal Racing League Season 11 has been brought to you in part by our friends at the ButtKicker Company. Best in performance for feeling real tracks in the virtual world. The ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By the Pit Stall Racing Series. With exciting action Mondays and Thursday nights, this is the best place to get your thrills at. By Sim Panel. Making it real. By Threat Level Midnight Media. Media that's dynamite is Threat Level Midnight. By Gainz Fitness Incorporated. By FEGCustomPC.com, the only place to get the best PC specs and design done up your way. Visit us up at FEGCustomPC.com to learn more. By Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz is looking to bring you the best designs in your library. By Redline Motorsports Media, everything we do is driven by you. And by Shriver Twisted Creations, Twisted Mind, Sweet Design.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back live here on the call. Top three now joining me here from the Pit Stall lady here in Vegas. And William, man, talk about going for broke in a long-term strategy. Flapped on lap 62. Went for the strategy and went for the hold, but then all of a sudden, here comes Racky, Reynolds, and Stahl. And I got to believe at that point, you was thinking, what on earth do I have to do to keep these two behind me?
Yeah, I pitted early to try to get a little gap, and me and Rob were going to try to work together, but I think he missed his stall just a little bit, and I got away from him, and they started drafting, and I was just pushing too hard and used my stuff up before they got there. But, yeah, they did what they needed to do for sure.
Did what they needed to do for sure, and end up coming away with a solid run for you and your team as well. I got to ask you, I mean, had you tried to plan anything out differently, or was this really the way you wanted it to go from point A to point B in your mind?
It wasn't the way I wanted it to go in the sense of the first caution. I got in that little incident where the guy hit the wall in front of me. I can't remember who that was. And I went to the back, and it's a struggle back there, and yeah, I worked my way back up, and it was fine after that. Like, I think everything worked out the way I wanted it to. It just, they had a little better strategy as far as they had the draft and a little bit newer tires. I think 3-lap newer tires, and yeah, that just worked in their favor, and yeah, worked out good.
Worked out good, but hey, still third place today, William. Who do you want to thank her for that one?
Hey, I want to thank Pay to Win. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna have to get with Peyton on this, but Celeratus Legal. I want to thank them. They're our main sponsor this season. So yeah, I want to thank them and D-Dub Button Boxes as well.
For sure there. All right, well, William, man, congratulations bringing out a podium today. It was a long road for you today, good sir.
Yeah, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, William Ridgway taking on a wholly solid third place. Coming away second place today, though. Man, can't deny him anything around here. Jeffrey Racky, solid performance here from you and the team here. And a big draft help there from Reynolds, Stahl, and to catch up to Ridgway. But it looked like from that point of view, you guys were trying to kind of get the power and speed to really mix up with that kind of pack and catch up to Vickery. And the Vickery just kind of outsmarted all you guys with the fuel run he did.
Yeah, he said he was going to pit when he did, and I didn't see it. There's no way I thought that we could get 34 laps out of a tank, and somehow he managed to prove me wrong. I thought sheer speed would do it tonight.
It looked like it could have at times, but it really never actually did. So, I mean, for you and this team, I mean, what could have possibly been had you actually listened to him and thought maybe if you tried it yourself?
I'm not really too good at saving fuel, so I don't really like taking on that strategy. It involves too much shutting the car off, clutching through the corners. I'd just rather go out there and put it to the floor and make you try to stay in front of me, which luckily tonight he was able to do.
Fair enough there. Well, nevertheless, Racky is coming away second. Who do you want to thank her for this one today?
You guys for putting the league on, the broadcast, all the sponsors. My wife, she lets me do this every week, luckily. The guys over at Threat Level, they're a blast. And that's about it.
Jeff, congratulations bringing it on home for a nice second place today.
Thanks.
Jeffrey Racky, ladies and gentlemen, second place in this one. But Jeffrey Vickery, oh boy. I said literally in that call there, Jeff, I was thinking this is no way that's going to last out and run this line out. I thought honestly you were hoping for a caution or something to come out to help you, but my words be darned, you proved it's possible. But talk me through this one because I know you were running out of fuel on that last lap coming to the line.
Yeah, that's cutting it way too close. Going into 3, it started sputtering. I killed it. I was clutching, going around the track. And then finally, I'm like, wait, I need to save more. And I started killing the engine and letting it coast. And then going into 3, it just cut out. It like started sputtering. I was like, oh no, I need like a last little push at the end. So I killed the engine again, let it slide through 3 and 4. Hit it again. I'm looking at my relative, like freaking out. My whole body's tense. My back hurts right now. It was pretty nuts.
I can only imagine there. I mean, there was only about a 5-second difference, which really, for Vegas terms at least, that's less than a half a turn, really, that they could have caught you on. But you managed to at least get to the straightaway, and from there, I mean, really, what was just going through your mind and really your thought process to be able to get a first win here this early in the season?
I don't know. I was trying to watch my mirrors too because we had so much guys on fresher tires. So I was trying to stay out of their way, let them just get by, try to pick up their toe once they got in front of me a little bit. I was faster, got the pole, but after I started riding around, I couldn't find the line right. I found it later on, but I don't know. It's awesome to get a win. Finally, I haven't had a win in a while here, so it's good to have it. And then, yeah, I was hoping if there was a caution to be late, I had fresh tires. I was like, all right, even if there is a caution, I'll put new tires on. I'll have fresh tires. Everyone already took tires. I'll be good to go. But this was a fun way to do it, so I can't complain.
For sure there. Well, Jeffrey, coming away with a race win today. Who do you want to thank for this Pit Stall 80 victory?
Redline Motorsports, Media, Shriver Twisted Customs, Fed Custom PCs, Lightning Wrapz, Gainz Fitness, Celeratus Legal. I hope I said that right. Threat Level Midnight Media, all those guys over there. Great guys. Sim Panel, ButtKicker, Pit Stall Racing Series. Admins for putting this on, and you for broadcasting.
For sure there. All right. Well, Jeffrey, man, congratulations taking it home to Victory Lane.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Jeffrey Vickery, ladies and gentlemen, your race winner in the Pit Stall Race Series 80. What a show, what a performance, ladies and gentlemen, and a wild one to say the least. Nevertheless, thank you so much to our friends and family, our sponsors, the ButtKicker, Pit Stall Racing Series, Sim Panel, Threat Level Midnight Media, FEG Custom, PC.com, Celeratus Legal, PLC, Gainz Fitness Incorporated, Redline Motorsports Media, Lightning Wrapz, and Shriver Twisted Creations for everything. Thank you to all fans that tuned on in, everyone that supported the show. Until next time, race fans, stay safe out there. We'll see you next time.